Alright, I'm gonna do my intro.
Serbos.
Yeah, how do you say his name? What is up, YouTube? Thank you. I was gonna do my intro and he's interrupted. Alright. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I'm fishing with Ty, and as you guys could tell from the title,
Got a boat.
so you guys can skip past this part if it's uninteresting, but we wanted to give a little backstory of what's been going on the past like 6 months. We'll try to keep it like under 5 minutes, but yeah, it's a little bit of a story to where we got here today. And yeah, actually the boat is out in the driveway right now, so we'll be filming a little bit of that, and we're probably gonna try to take it out fishing within the next 1 to 2 weeks. So yeah, we're excited, and yeah, so let's get right into the backstory of this thing. It was October, November, maybe, I'd say.
Yeah, we were just like, he brought up the idea to me because we were just tired of bank fishing all the time. Like, we always brought out the kayak. Like, all we've done was bank fish. We haven't really traveled anywhere besides the 2 or 3 ponds we normally went to. So
Right. I mean, there's not like loads of public ponds that actually have good fishing around here. Most of the good fishing spots are completely
Big lakes.
private, which is why we always get yelled at. Or big lakes.
we didn't have the access to the big lakes, but
Exactly.
now we do. So.
Yeah, so that was the main reason we wanted to get a boat, to kind of, up our
Explore.
game and explore. And then also we wanted to try to, maybe get into like a tournament here and there or something, expand our options and see what we like, experiment and stuff. So that was like the main idea. So this was, like October, November of last year, 2020. And yeah, we kind of just went off of that. So we started doing loads of research, like budgeting.
Hours and
Oh my
hours
gosh.
of research.
Yeah, just,
Especially him. I mean, I looked into it a decent amount, but
I
he
was,
stayed up some nights and just.
I was just looking constantly. I mean, I've been looking all over.
We had to look at budgets, like.
Yeah, so
we didn't want to spend this crazy ton. On
No,
our first
again,
ever little boat.
we're looking for a John boat. It wasn't anything huge, like, an aluminum boat that was, I think, originally we were looking at like a 14-footer, and upon like further stuff, because then we had to consider like weight and all that. So we were like, well, we want to put like a front deck on it and stuff, and you want to put a trolling motor and batteries, and how many people can you fit in it? You got to be able to fit like us two and maybe like another friend or something, like or an adult. You want to fit a third person. Like how can this thing actually hold all that weight? And we learned that the 14 couldn't. So then after that we were like, all right, we'll try the 15 maybe. So then the 15 was like, it can hold all that weight, and it was cool. It had a live well, so we're like, oh dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, pretty much everything we wanted was
The 15-footer.
15-footer, but
Right. So it worked out and all that. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So then I found a couple dealers around the area that said they sold it. Called them, and turns out Tracker decided to stop manufacturing their boats.
Yeah,
Like
that's
they're smaller,
that's where we're
riveted
getting
John
our John
boats.
boats from.
Right, yeah, so
Tracker,
originally-
just out of nowhere, we had no idea, like, because on their website it still said shop now, like, I mean, false advertisement in a sense. Like, we didn't
Yeah,
really
and
know what was
only
going on.
recently, like only between the past 2 months,
it was
they
like
changed it to
Late
limited.
February.
Yeah, now it
early
says
March.
limited.
So it's like, it was weird, like, we were like kind of like, we were like really stuck in the moment, because like we didn't know what was going on, we didn't know what to do, and like we had everything set, we had all the specs on it, like everything we wanted, all the motors, like everything.
Yeah, we figured out, like
on the boat,
what
all
we
the
want to put on it.
attachments,
Oh yeah, all the attachments,
everything.
all the stuff that we wanted to add to it. We had all that laid out
And we had
within
our
a budget.
like everything was perfectly there, and then they just stopped manufacturing and just.
And then they were
all
like,
the
oh, never
research
mind.
We've done.
Yeah, all that just out the
Gone to
door.
waste.
So then we had to start from square one and restart. And the hardest thing was really staying in budget. Sure, you could go out there and just find a John boat and be like, yeah, dude, this is sick, this is cool, it's it's the right size and all that stuff.
We're
But
15-year-old kids.
it's
who
too much money.
Don't have jobs. Like, I've been saving money for a couple years.
right, yeah,
Like, so I mean, we're not trying to spend
loads of money. Like,
everything on a boat. Like, our
yeah.
first one, especially. Like,
yeah.
you gotta learn how to operate and all that stuff. So.
Right, we weren't looking at anything for like super high fancy and all that stuff. Something that could just get us out on the water and fish, small lakes and stuff.
Exactly.
That we can, have fun and make memories on and all that. So that was the main idea. So yeah, fast forward till this was in like January when I called them to figure this out, because it took like 3 months for us to figure all this stuff out. Finally got it down. Again, we weren't working like on it every single day. It was like every now and then, piece by piece. And then also like trying to find a trailer. Like I'm
That
looking at
was-
everywhere because trailers are like another grand on top of that. There's like
So-
so much that there's so much that goes into it that you don't realize is like that much work.
Because we weren't trying to spend $2,000 on a trailer for
Exactly.
a $1,000 boat, like, because obviously we had a budget.
Right.
So what we ended up getting was honestly.
Honestly, a steal. So then after that, all that stuff happened. We're looking all over. I was like, maybe we can try low boats. A lot of these companies are just too expensive. I've called up one guy. I'm like, I see you got a 14 footer, for $3,000. I'm like, does that include the motor and the trailer, or I'm like, is that just the boat himself? He's like, that's just the boat. I'm like, $3,000 for a 14-foot aluminum John boat.
As like the months were going on, like these boats like were going, like they weren't selling anymore, they weren't manufacturing anymore. You kind of just like I have all this stuff down here. Obviously you can't see it, but we have
All the information.
motor, the batteries, the fish finder, like because like we wanted all this stuff. We wanted carpet and that. Like we eventually just like realized like we just really need a troller, the boat, and the trailer because those are like the biggest parts of it, I guess you
Yeah.
could say. So like we kind of like said, all right, do we really need a fish finder?
Like that's something we could add on in the
Yeah,
future. Like it's
eventually.
not something we need like at the
Like,
moment.
the
you know?
carpet for the boat. I mean, obviously we want it, but like what we got with our boat,
Oh yeah.
we got a fish. We got two. Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean they're older models and
but, like,
stuff.
I don't know. We just kind of like started like I don't know. I guess you could say like downsizing down.
Yeah, kind of
Because we really were
Yeah.
desperate in the like, honestly. I guess you could just say we were desperate. For the
desperate
boat.
in the moment. Yeah, we kind of were like just whatever we want.
Whatever,
Like,
whatever we can get our hands on, we'll take.
yeah, like
Pretty much what we like.
it's. I think what was a better option to do was just to buy the boat itself and then worry about the renovations and like adding on to it later.
Because that's all we
Exactly.
really needed. Because like obviously you need the motor as well. But,
Right,
like,
you're gonna
trollers
need
aren't,
stuff,
Like
but-
crazy expensive. Like we were chilling, so.
Right, we didn't need to add all these extra specs on like at
No.
the moment. Like things could have waited and stuff.
Yeah.
We could have waited for the future, but again, we ended up finding something great. We were actually just driving by on the road. And we saw this boat, and I'm like, that looks pretty nice. We should stop by and check it out. So my dad and I swung back around, got out of the car and stuff, checked it out. And yeah, we were looking it down, got the guy's phone number. And originally he was going for $3,500, and we're like, that's a little much. Like we were trying to stay within like $3,000. Like $3,000 was like a good spot. We actually got him down to $3,000, which was awesome. So we were super stoked about that. But the great thing was, I mean, the guy gave us so much stuff with it. I mean, you guys will see in a second. I'll explain all the parts that comes with it and stuff. But I mean, we got it's like a fully decked out boat.
Everything we needed
Oh yeah,
is there for us, and like
yeah.
it's honestly perfect for like what we're gonna use it for. Like our first ever boat, like it's pretty like surreal, I guess you could say. Like
Yeah.
we have a boat and everything we could ever want is on it.
Oh, it's crazy, yeah. But I mean, yeah, and it was just constantly scrambling around. And then just one last thing that happened in between, like after we were looking for other boats and stuff, I went on like Facebook Marketplace and eBay and all that, all these different websites that you could sell things off of to look for used boats, because that was like honestly the last option. It's like that's all we can really look for now. Everything's too expensive. Found a couple, and one of them was actually an 18-footer, but he was selling that with the trailer, the boat and the trailer for $1,800. A little bit of an older boat. I think it was like a 2000, so it wasn't like super old. Again, like aluminum boats last a really long time. So it was like a good solid boat, still really big, but I'm like, it may be our only option. So we were gonna go with that, and then the dude ended up selling it. So that was kind of annoying without even telling us.
Yeah,
Um,
so like you finished now.
Yeah, and then there was another 14-footer that were like maybe, but we ended up coming across this, and yeah, just super thankful that it all worked out. So yeah, we're stoked to use it. So yeah, we're gonna go take you guys outside to the driveway and
Check it out.
check it out.
What's up, Utes? Welcome to our boat. Gonna hop in it and let's get rolling. All right, boys. I'm gonna be manning the back half of the boat. Gonna be talking about it, introducing you guys a little bit to it. So, I mean, just to start, you have a nice little chair here. It came with the boat. It came mounted. It's twist in and out to tighten and loosen it. So, if we gotta twist it around to start our big old motor, we will have the opportunity to do that. What's really nice about this chair, obviously it folds as well, but there's also a whole storage compartment in it as well. So this has oils and everything we need, rope, like God forbid anything happen, like to tie it up on anything. And we have oils for all of our gas and batteries and just keep everything like greased. This is the gas tank, so this has a whole wire system hooked up
Tube.
to this tube Yeah, tube. It's not a wire system.
Yeah, so this is a 25 horsepower motor. A little bit older, but
Yeah.
still works.
So this has air in it, and this one compresses from the gasoline, and this flows into this tube, which goes right into the motor. So motor's pulls to start.
Yeah, so give it a nice yank.
Motor, it goes forward, neutral, and reverse. We're keeping it neutral because obviously we're not in the water or anything.
Yep.
After every fishing trip, you gotta rinse it out. If you with a new motor, you always have to rinse it out. So hose.
Especially if we're bringing it in like
Yes.
the bay or like a really dirty water lake.
A hoe.
Hoe.
A hose plugs in to the back of the motor and just pushes all the water out and cleans it up. This comes apart, but it's really not the need.
Yeah, we don't have to really take the motor apart.
Yeah. So this also locks up and down, like it locks it in place.
Yep, so you can literally lift the motor
move it up to drive somewhere, or if we're not fishing with the motor and not using the motor, keep it out of the water. Just it's a lock, push it right up. Pretty simple. With these lights, this go on the front and the back. This one goes on the front. The small one goes on the front.
Yep, and then that one goes on the back.
Just in case we're night fishing and we just have to have a signal out there, no
Yep.
matter where you're fishing, if it's the dark. Here's our gas tank. You gotta mix it every time before we come out. It's a priority.
Yeah, so it's a gas and an oil mixture.
Yes. So
that we gotta
is
do.
that. You have a plug. This is probably the most important part of the boat.
Easily.
This is the plug. Plug it all the way in. Go in. And they pull up like that. This will stop water from leaking into the boat and causing it to sink. If the plug is not in,
You're gonna get some water in the
the
boat.
boat will flood with water and it will sink, and good luck trying to get out of the water. You're
Yeah.
stranded.
Now, thankfully, we have two of those.
Yeah,
So in the
it-
case that
it
we
did
end up
come up with a
forgetting that,
backup plug.
we're always gonna keep one up front.
We're always gonna keep it in though, because I'm forgetful.
Oh, yeah, dude, I'd be.
Ty
Yeah.
forgets sometimes. Ty forgets things. Ty forgets things sometimes as well. So we're just gonna have it plugged in, so we'll never have to worry about a flood happening. Taking you guys over.
Let's talk about some electrical stuff.
Yeah, I was just taking you guys over to this big old battery right here. All right, so this is the battery, which is completely connected to the panel right
Right,
here.
so now you guys can see that those numbers are
So
on.
this lights up. So this is the voltage right here.
Yep.
What's really awesome about these panels, I'll get into these parts soon, but these actually.
No, it's
I know. I'm showing both of them. These are chargers, which is great for the cameras. We can plug in our phones and also USB chargers for our cameras and
Yeah,
GoPros and everything. So, God forbid something ran out or died, like we literally have access to charge it right here.
boat chargers.
Every time before we go out, like every night before we go out, we're gonna charge the big battery up, so it's gonna be
course.
fully juiced. So it's just on and off. So that's that part.
Some of those other switches are
Yeah,
just
this
for
turns
like
on the front and back lights,
electrical.
which is what we would need for
Right, so in case we ever
night
gonna throw
fishing
those on.
and all that stuff. I'm not too sure. I don't really know if you can explain what these do.
I don't know. I don't think those are.
Yeah, I think it might
wired
just
to
be the
anything
ones
yet.
that are locked up or
Yeah.
numbered up. But probably this is probably another one of the most important parts of the boat, because this is what we're going to utilize the most.
Oh yeah.
This is the switch for the trolling motor, which Kyle will explain more of up here. But there's an electrical wire running all the way through the boat. It takes us to the troller. You know how a troller works. Put it in the water, and that's what turns it on and off. That's pretty much the back of the boat. It's where all the electricity is, all the power, the meat, the real backbone of the boat. It's
Yeah.
all right here, obviously in the back. We don't know how much we're gonna use the motor. If we're in big lakes or something where we can utilize it, we'll obviously want to rip it a little bit.
Again, a lot of lakes around
We're
here
fishing, we're just gonna be
don't
using
allow
the
gas
troll.
motors.
Yes.
So
if it's allowed and legal, we're gonna rip some lips in the water.
Yeah, we're gonna be
100%. But,
ripping.
always gonna have gasoline on it just in case. Back like batteries charged in case, like everything we're gonna need before we go out for a trip. Everything's gonna be stocked up in the back, and let Ty explain the front of the boat.
All right, folks. So a couple other things. I'm going to be talking about the front of the boat now. So one of the things that Ryan and I want to add to this boat is like rod holders. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of rods on the boat. We want to be able to store them, comfortably where they're not banging around and getting all scratched up and stuff. So if you guys check out this side right here, we have two little spots, and then also this, so we can unscrew this rod holder right here and then put like racks so that we can just lay our rods flat against the wall in these little rod racks. So I'll have one side and then Ryan will have the other side, and we can just put like 5 or 6 rods per person, and they'll go up through the front deck. And yeah, we got like 10 feet of space, so we can easily fit like big, like 7-foot rods up through there. comfortably without them banging around and all that stuff. And yeah, so they're not open and they're not flying off the boat in case we're going fast down a lake or anything like that. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, we're gonna do that eventually, make some renovations. But for the most part, like all this stuff's really cool. One thing that we may end up doing is putting down some like padding or some foaming on like the front deck, maybe some carpet. We're still kind of deciding on that. We'll figure that out when we get there. But yeah, we may end up covering the front deck with something more comfortable, so we can, like, when it's really hot out in the summer, we don't even have to wear shoes or anything like that. Just something really nice and comfy to stand on. So anyways, right now I'm sitting on a cooler that also came with this. This actually has a measuring board on the top of it. It's a fishing cooler by Igloo. And yeah, so in case we're doing any tournaments or anything like that, we can literally measure fish right on top of the cooler. We're thinking about what we want to use this for. We're either going to use it as an actual cooler for like snacks and drinks. We may use it as a live well. We're not 100% sure. This boat does come with live wells, but it's not like too rigged up for the actual live well itself. It's
Remodeled,
yeah,
revamped.
it's been like remodeled, so that you can't really use live wells. But this would have been one of them too. We may use this as a live well potentially. We're thinking about it, but this is just extra storage up front.
The good thing about if we did use it as a live well, I don't know if you guys can see back there on the camera. There's that hole plugs in so we can get oxygen and bubbles and everything in there.
Oh yeah. All right. So this is what we just did. We just spent the past like 10-15 minutes kind of rearranging some things, trying to figure out how we want to work the storage in here. So this is the plan for now. So here, come on up here. So Ryan and I are each gonna have a box. So we're gonna he'll have that box, whatever. I'll have this box, and we're gonna slide these in. These will go
Right under in here.
yeah, right up in there. So they'll just chill right there, right? So we can have these guys right here, and then our rods will be up against the walls. And we'll slide those guys in, and we're gonna put our tackle boxes and stuff in there for storage, so we can have some tackle in there. Then up front here, we're gonna have this latch. We're thinking about putting Ryan had this really great idea of like a bunch of money bags and stuff, which are basically just bags for like soft plastics. So we'll just get a big bag and that has like a zipper and stuff, and maybe we'll throw like all craws in one bag and then all like Sankos in another bag and kind of that stuff, and then we'll just share soft plastics and just toss them all in there. And that'll be awesome, great way to organize, so just easily accessible because we love to flip and pitch and just grab soft plastics whenever we need them, just right off of the front deck. And then up here, we're thinking about we can use more storage up in the front here in case maybe we have a third person or something that fishes, or just for extra storage. We'll throw that bin right up in there, and we can slide that. And then we have 2 life jackets on each side, so we got 4 because it is a 4-person boat, so you can fit up to 4 people in there. And then to do with the cooler, I think yeah, we're gonna probably use that as the live well, and then we can always bring like another cooler in for like just like a small like handheld cooler for snacks or whatever. We'll just throw this guy right there, and we can use that as a live well. So yeah, that's the plan. For the front. Now, just real quick, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the motor. All right, so in order to pull the trolling motor up, we're gonna pull out, which if you guys see this lever right there, by pulling out, that's gonna unlock it, and then we're just gonna lift it up, drop her in. Thankfully, this actually doesn't touch the ground if we lower all the way down, but we can adjust the height of the trolling motor. And awesome thing is, we got a foot pedal. So this is actually on right now. Hopefully, is this thing gonna hit something if I twist it all the way? All right. So like if we're just fishing here, foot pedal right there, that's gonna turn it. And there's a little thing on the top that actually tells me the direction of the foot pedal, which way it is. It took us a little bit to figure out some of the electricity that's running through, but we finally figured out how to get this thing working. A little bit of trial and error, but yeah. So anyways, the main foot pedal here is going to turn it so that we can know the direction of where we're actually turning the trolling motor, and then the little side button here, we're going to actually turn it, and then we can use different controls based on which speed does what. So yeah, I think that's like constant. So that's constantly on. That's like high speed.
That's all.
Yeah, that's off.
Fast.
That's like, yeah, it's fast. That's
Medium.
4, 3, 2, 1, and then off. And then yeah, there's different settings. There's like automatic, where it'll just go all the time, where we don't even have to use the foot pedal, and then other times where I'm gonna have to hold down the button. But yeah, the trolling motor is probably gonna be the main motor we're gonna be using, since a lot of lakes around here are electric only. We're not gonna be really able to use the gas, but if we're going on like big lakes that allow gas, we'll be using that. But yeah, we're super stoked to be able to use this thing. Get this thing up here. All right, folks. Ryan just played with the troller,
So
learning how to take it off and put it back up.
We're not pros, obviously, but we'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, we got basics, but yeah, that's a little
That's our boat, pretty much.
little tour of the boat.
Little 16-footer, not little, but
Yeah, so it's a
nice
16 footer.
16-footer.
We'll be able to
we got
fit some people
seats
in there.
enough for people. We got storage compartments. We got everything we need right on the boat. Can't wait to take it out. Can't wait to catch some fish, rip some lips, and get on them in the boat.
And the best part about this boat is that right there. So the guy who sold us the boat actually decals cars. So I'm gonna shout him out real quick. Huge thanks to him. I'm just gonna pop up on the screen right there, as you guys can see his business card. And yeah, he did awesome for free, actually, which was
Really,
huge
really
thanks to him. He put a little YouTube symbol and put Fishing with Ty and then my logo on the side of the boat, which is just
Sick.
awesome, man. And he also gave us some extras. We have 4 extra wraps. There's also one on this side. So yeah, we're super stoked about this boat. Can't wait to, use it and stuff, and super excited, man. Pound
If you
it.
guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to Ty's channel, Fishing with Ty. Leave a like down below. Comment anything you guys want to see.
Yeah,
like-
we need a name for this thing.
Yes, we
Obviously,
do.
we're gonna have to take it out a couple times before we can, kind of learn its personality
Yeah.
of the boat and stuff. And
Any,
yeah.
any like ideas you guys want us to do, any challenges on the boat, anything, just comment down below.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Again, if you enjoyed, leave a like, drop a comment of any name suggestions or anything like that, any challenges you want us guys to do, as Ryan just said. And yeah, thank you for watching. We're super stoked and super excited to get this thing out in the water and just film some awesome videos for you guys. So again, thank you guys for watching. Let's roll the outro, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Oh, go on.